Hello and welcome to Escape from Mount Backlog, one man's quest to defeat his game's library. Been a while since you heard that one. You know, I had a Mega Drive when I was a kid. That's a Genesis for the Americans, hopefully stumbling onto this video and not getting put off by my accent. On this console, I didn't have many games. I had Sonic 2 and 3 and Knuckles, Earthworm Jim, Cool Spot. I do remember renting Sonic 1 for a weekend once. And a friend of mine let me loan his copy of Shinobi 3. You see, the thing is, I was always more drawn to PC gaming, but that old Mega Drive did give me an appreciation for platformers. You don't need me to tell you that most PC side-scrollers were kind of shit. Well, except for Jazz Jackrabbit. That was, as the kids would say, the bomb, and designed by Cliff Bleszinski and some Dutch dude. Anyway, I ended up loving the Sonic games. They always stuck with me. Hearing those tunes still reminds me of waking up early to get in a few levels before school, or sneaking downstairs after bedtime. Good times. I have not owned a console since that Mega Drive. I got sucked in by RTSs and RPGs, but I never forgot Sonic. Of course, the flip side to not owning a console was that it saved me from the horror of the Sonic cycle. You know the Sonic cycle. For years, fans have succumbed to it, hoping that each Sonic announcement would be the one to break it. Broken, finally, by SONIC MANIA. It's good, guys. It's like really freaking good. Like deserving sequel to Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. Good. But where did it come from? Which Sega executive had a stroke of genius and actually greenlit a 2D classic-styled Sonic game? One for the fans of the 16-bit classics. But more importantly, who were the minds behind it? Let me introduce you to Christian Whitehead and Simon Thomley, or as they're better known, the Taxman and Stealth. Christian Whitehead, the Taxman, was a Sonic fan game developer most well known for Retro Sonic, which he released in 2008 as part of the Sonic Amateur Gaming Expo, or SAGE. It was running on his own engine, and it was met with acclaim from the community. He then used this engine he developed, the Retro Engine, to create a proof of concept. Sonic CD running on an iPhone. Sega noticed it, sent him a cease and desist, and after a while brought him in, contracted him to officially port Sonic CD to mobile. It's at this point he started working with Stealth. Stealth, aka Simon Thomley, was also a Sonic fan game developer. During the Web 1.0 era, he created and distributed a Sonic level editor. This would eventually lead to the Headcanon game engine. As Headcanon, he worked with Christian Whitehead on the Sonic 1 and 2 mobile ports. Some would say it was only natural for Sega after seeing the success of these ports to give Christian and Simon the reins to their own original Sonic title. And that title became Sonic Mania. Their story goes deeper, and if you want to learn more, I suggest checking out Super Bunny Hop's video. I'll link it in the description. It goes into way more detail and these guys are fascinating. But that's enough background. What do I think of Sonic Mania? Short answer, a whole lot of good things. What Sonic Mania does is it plays on your nostalgia and memory. The remade Sonic levels, like Green Hill Zone, feel immediately familiar, but soon give way to new ideas, in some cases expanding levels and mixing it up. And with all new boss fights, the game starts to feel more like its own thing. Not just a remake, but a full-blown sequel. And the new zones that Christian and Simon created, in conjunction with Pagoda West Games, they also worked on the project, are even better, some would say, than the classic zones. They are exquisitely handcrafted by a team that gets Sonic. The lines are there, the jumping paths are there, the multiple routes through the level are there. It's all there. The levels are designed so well that it feels like, and I'm going to butcher this, Hirokazu Yasuhara himself snuck out of Nintendo's offices to work on Sonic again. They feel that authentic. Feel is important. I can't describe it, but this game just feels right. The controls are as I remember them. The jump is the same. The spin dash is the same. The acceleration is as I remember it from Sonic 3. Basically what I'm saying is Sonic hasn't felt like this since 1994. They completely nailed the physics, the controls, everything about how it physically plays. This isn't just an updated Sonic for a new generation. It's not a gimmicky mess like the mainline Sonic games have since become. This is pure Sonic. This is the blue blur as we remember him. This is Sonic 4 as far as I'm concerned. And I haven't even mentioned the music. Holy shit, the classic themes are back, with some spit and polish to sound great on modern hardware. But where the game really shines is with the remixes of these themes, and the original tracks crafted for the new zones. This theme for the Flying Battery Zone might be my favorite piece of video game music this year. And Mick Gordon had his hand in 2 game soundtracks this year. Now that's saying something. The classic sound effects also return, making this game not only look and feel like Sonic, but sound like it too. I can't gush enough about this game, even when it's being bullshit with its enemy placements and boss fights. It doesn't feel more bullshit than the 16-bit Sonics did, so they get a pass. If you haven't dived into Sonic Mania yet, which some of you might not have done, I mean the sales are good, but nobody releases digital sales numbers. The best I can come up with is 125,000 copies sold through Steam. You should dive in, just do it. Take the plunge. At its current price, it's worth it, it's worth every cent. And it's available on every major platform. So get it on your PC or your console of choice. Hell, bonus points if you buy it on the Switch and play in public. And that'll just about wrap up this episode of Escape from Mount Backlog. Have you played Sonic Mania? Do you plan to? You should buy it during the holiday sale. Gift it to some friends. That's how I got my copy. That's the whole theme of this month actually. I got gifted games and I've kind of been forced into playing them. But that's a me problem. Anyway guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, hit that notification bell icon to get notified when I upload more videos. And tune in next week when we look at something... Shit, it's actually even more Japanese than Sonic. I'll see you next week. Bye.